Hello, amazing people. How are you guys doing today? I'm so glad to be your miss as usual, okay? And it's still on the Ooni of Ife Palace stories that are coming out at this time. Okay, what we are hearing at this time is that it has to do with Paropo, that is our dear Kabiyesi's father. Don't forget that this man is pro Naomi. He has always been pro Naomi, and he has waded into what is going on between Queen Naomi and Kabiyesi once again, especially as it has to do with the gale of warnings and predictions that is coming from left, right, everywhere. Okay, so it is being alleged that. Paropo has told his son, the king, Kabiesi, that you must let Queen Naomi go peacefully and unconditionally now to stand any chance of stability in your reign. Yes, yes. I'm sure a lot of you didn't see this coming, but knowing who Paropo is, this should not surprise many of you. So I'll repeat again. Paropa has come out to say, you must let Queen Naomi go peacefully and unconditionally now to stand any chance of stability in your reign. Okay, this is coming as a warning, from the father to the son. Okay, don't forget that quite some time now there has been uh, uh, this back and forth between Queen Naomi and Ooni of Ife, especially what we reported also on this channel that Kabiyesi was giving condition to let go Queen Naomi, and the last one was that he is ready to let Queen Naomi go this very minute if Queen Naomi will release Tadenikawo for him. And don't forget, we also reported that there was even a time that Oni was rumored to have even suggested Olori Toby to be the one that is going to take charge of or take care of Tadenikawo should the mom eventually bring him to the palace. Don't also forget that there was also a scramble by several of the Oloris, to take care of Tadenikao because they felt like okay, because Kabiesi loves Tadenikao very well, so any woman or any Olori that decides to take it upon herself to take care of Tadenikao might now curry the favor of Kabiesi. I think that was what prompted the clamor or the jostling for that position. Okay, don't also forget that, like I said before, Oni gave condition, that because not too long ago, Queen Naomi wanted to travel out of this country with Tadeni Kawu. We heard that they couldn't get boarding pass and everything was related to maybe an order given by Kabiesi himself. Okay, so I'm sure Paropo has been watching all this, especially to this very recent gale of warning from Yamifa, prediction from the sacred forest custodian. And I think that is why this matter is coming up. And Paropo is coming heavily by saying that, my son, you must let Queen Naomi go peacefully and unconditionally in order to stand a chance of stability. Because, Paropo, if my memory serves me right, I think he celebrated 82 years around February, no, I think March 7th this year. So at that age, he's not a small person. He's somebody who has seen life. And we were also told that they had a very beautiful relationship with the Kabiyesi while he was growing up. So as a father, I'm sure he won't just stay idle or stand akimbo while things are going wrong. We also know that the Gese family is taking upon themselves to see what they can do. But now, I think father to son relationship is not, is a big deal. So I'm very happy that this is coming from no other person than Paropo at this time. Okay, so so this is what we are hearing at this time. Paropo was rumored to have made this warning to his son, the king, shortly after being informed of the prediction and warning from both the Yamifa and the sacred forest custodian. Okay, so in his words, you cannot build anything on an unjust situation. Okay, let me repeat that. He was said to have told Kabiyesi that, look, you cannot build anything on an unjust situation, and that is just the truth. Because if you look at the trajectory of what has been going on between these two lovebirds, I mean, Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi, you will realize that there's this feeling of injustice. Anyone who has been following this story keenly will understand that there's injustice in this whole thing. Because how do you say you are giving condition that you can go wherever you want to go to, but you must leave my son with me? You can't do that. This is all this woman has got in all her life. I mean, and moreover, she's still alive. And she's very sane. She's doing so beautifully well. How do you now say she should bring her child for someone else to take care of? And don't forget that there's a history between Olori Naomi and this present Oloris in the palace. I don't think anybody will want a situation where that boy is taken to any of the wives, be it Toby, Olori Toby, or Olori Mary, any of them. I don't think it will suit well with anyone that is following this whole Ooni of Ife's stories, So I think that it is very timely that the father is coming out at this time. So he was said to have mentioned to Kabiesi to remember when he was very, very young. That is when he was very young, and him as his father ensured that no one touches his head anyhow. You recall that, so he was trying to remember Kabisi. Do you recall that? Do you remember when we were very young? I was the one ensuring that no one touches you anyhow, because it's like when he was much younger, people had already known that, he's going to go places. Okay? So it was the dad's duty at that time to always wash everyone to ensure that they don't touch his head. So it was like jokingly reminding him that, my son, you remember that time? You know, so he was also said to have reminded Kabiesi of his humble beginning and how he was enrolled to learn cobbling. Yeah, I think we also did a story on this some time ago. You recall that when Ooni of Ife was growing up as a young man, he was so simple. He lived an austere life. He lived a very moderate life to the point that he took a passion for cobbling, and he actually did that, out of humility, despite the fact that he comes from royalty. Okay, so the dad is reminding him that, have you forgotten how humble you were at that time? Paropo, who is about 82 years, like I said, it's not a small person. So he's trying to now take his son, the king, Kabiesi, the Ojaja II, back to the time when he was much more younger. And he's not trying to tell him that, look, we are more than this. Nothing seems to be happening right now. A lot of things are going wrong. So I think, in his words, I think you have to let Queen Naomi go peacefully and unconditionally at this time. Okay? So you recall that Queen Naomi had a very fantastic relationship with Paropo all throughout her stay in the palace. And even when things didn't work out eventually and she exited the palace, they still kept that relationship, very, very cordial relationship. And I think this is not the first time Paropo is wading into these issues. There was even a time we heard that Paropo, was brokering a sort of peace that would make both of them co-parent peacefully. So I'm not surprised that at this time, Paropo is coming out again to say, you know what? The time has come for you to let Queen Naomi go peacefully and unconditionally. By this, he's saying you cannot attach such conditions if you want to let Queen Naomi go. Let her go in peace. She's the best person to take care of her son, Tadeni Kao. Okay, so this is what we had at this time, and I think this is very, very apt. This is very, very. This is coming at a good time, and I just hope that for once, KBAC will listen to the voice of his father. So this is what we had at this time, and we decided to bring it to you. So, what do you think about this story? Please kindly leave your opinion or your comments in the comment section. God bless you. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.